All right, welcome folks to Gordium, where we evaluate, no, I totally biffed that. Generate, evaluate, and execute on start by this. It's been a minute since we recorded, and last time we recorded, we were just exhausted. So I feel like I'm out of my step. Um, yeah, we went to Zion, which was a fun trip, but we slept very little. Well, we slept very little one night and a lot the other night, but it really didn't make up for it.
Well, it doesn't help when we recorded, Jimmy was on about 2 hours of sleep. So
Yeah. You hadn't slept that much either. I mean, you get to sleep on the
I
plane.
was at like 4 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't significantly more, but anyhow, um, this is an interesting problem, and I think there's a similar problem that I'm actually gonna create here, which is that TV shows have variable sound. Um, so it's really hard to know what sound level to put everything at. Um,
Yeah.
But we ran into this at my family's Thanksgiving where, it was like, okay, let's put on some music. And then you put on one song and it's super loud. And so you turn it down, and the next song is super quiet. So then you have to turn it up. But then it's surprising that Spotify doesn't do a better job of normalizing uh the sound coming out. And this my dad's a DJ for perspective. So, he is constantly fighting this, but he has the tools to fight it as a DJ because he can control a bunch of stuff. He has a mixer when he's at events, whereas like the common Joe really has no control over the different levels of sound, especially with Spotify.
And it's always a lagging response, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like even an equalizer, yeah, even this is a lagging response. Like too loud, then you like turn it down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't know. How does an equalizer work? It might be that um, it might be that it does it proactively, actually. Let's see. It's an audio processor that allows tweaking. Um, yeah, it does look like it's an afterthought. Um, I do want to look up though variability in Spotify song volume. I'm curious if this is a problem that let's see. Volume changes up and down all during song. That's really nice. Um, on one of your Spotify, it sounds like it's always at low volume. Let's see. Um, this is interesting. Demystifying music production. Um, oh, that's fascinating. So they dropped the sound. That's interesting. So they are trying to do this. It does seem like Spotify is doing this a little bit, but it does not seem effective to me. I don't know. What do you think?
Well,
Have you?
I think in some ways, do you want all your songs to be the same, right? I think,
Yeah,
you know, a lullaby should be quieter than, heavy metal, right?
yeah,
And what do you mean by louder? Is it, what has the loudest peak, or what has,
yeah. It's more about
right?
the peak.
Do
Yeah,
you want the same peak, or do you want the same average loudness,
I
right?
would want. Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so there's a level. There's a couple levers here, which are like average volume and peak volume.
Mm-hmm.
I think Spotify solves for this right now. Like you won't get a volume that blows your eardrums out.
Mm-hmm.
There is a max, but they don't do this very well. Like, doesn't handle this well. Yeah.
And I wonder, does it differ, if you have a cue ready, and does it do that? And is it when you choose a song and it can't be predictive, right? Because if you randomly choose a song, then it I don't know. I'm just curious if it is crawling ahead and saying, okay, it's about to get really loud, so I'll drop the. Yeah, I don't know if that made any sense to you.
Yeah, like, is it basically trying to be predictive
Yeah.
and looking ahead and saying, okay, what's the volume of this song versus this song? Yeah, that's it. I wonder if they do that. I just found this though.
Yeah.
I clicked on listening experience. So theoretically, there's a little something you can do. There's some settings. Local files display.
Normalize volume.
Where's that? Oh, set the same volume
Boom,
for all
solved.
songs. Yeah, I guess there's the normalize. So I guess my family member must not have had this set.
Yeah.
Set the volume level. And I have noticed, I guess, on my account, I've never really had this problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was simple. So
Yep.
Spotify has solved this. It's just maybe not the most well-known solution.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that is like an opt-out kind of situation where your family member accidentally opted out, and because it's an opt-out situation, most people don't have that problem, so people don't even know it's an option.
I can't imagine he figured this out.
Well,
The
and
family
that's
member.
probably where the opt-out broke, because for whatever reason they got buried in these options and they accidentally clicked something, and then closed
Yeah.
Spotify, so they don't know where that was. Some situation like that where it accidentally got turned off and now they don't know how to recover.
Or their normalization doesn't work as well as you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you said, I don't think I've ever had this problem with Spotify.
Well, and I think there is also a factor of any weakness in the way they do it is going to be magnified if you're playing it in a big room.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so maybe I don't notice it on my AirPods, but maybe I would notice it if I were playing a party,
Mm-hmm.
which is why you should never have a DJ that plays off Spotify. They should have their own DJing software so they can prevent this. Just a plug for my dad. Yeah.
Just a plug. Yeah.
Shameless plug. Okay. I think I am ready to vote on this one.
Question.
Oh.
Since it's solved, does it just go into the solved category?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think that's a solved. Do we have any other connections? I don't know if we have music. Music is challenging to explore. You have to own your music. I guess it's connected. It's connected as this is part of why you should own your own music and not use Spotify to DJ. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also why you shouldn't use iTunes to DJ. Like, you should have some type of bolt-on software.
Do DJs have a special software they use?
Oh yeah, let me see if I can find EJ. I think this is what my dad uses. Yeah, by Algorithm. So this one lets you. It's essentially a mixer. Like he used to have basically a mixer where you jam two CDs in, you fade in and out between them, and now it's just on here. So there's a lot of things you can do. The most important thing is like you can set breakpoints and then go back to them. So my dad has a lot of breakpoints preset, which is
I'm
really
still
interesting.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that they called it DJ by Algorithm.
Yeah, I know.
That's rough.
They went all in.
Yeah,
They did.
swing and a miss for me.
Okay. I wonder why they couldn't just name it DJ. But the breakpoints are super interesting because basically my dad has them preset for like all big songs you might think. So he can pick the first chorus and just jump right into that.
Mm-hmm.
So basically it lets him just fade from one song to a breakpoint in a different song.
Yep.
And then you can equalize sound and all that crap so that it's actually so you don't run into this problem. So
Mm-hmm.
yep. All right. Well, thank you folks for joining us on this deep dive into sound volume. Oh my goodness. All right. See ya.